Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel EduVenture SG. So today we are going to do a very interesting word problem which involves both ratios and fraction. So let's start with reading the question first. In a company, there are 50 workers and a manager. Each worker contributed $25 towards a party. The ratio of the amount contributed by one worker to the amount contributed by the manager is 5:11. Half of the total amount of the contributed money was spent on food. 1 by 6 of the total amount of contributed money was spent on decoration. After spending $43 on drinks and some money on prizes, there was $95 left. So part A of the question is, what was the total amount of money contributed? And part B is, how much money was spent on the prizes? Okay, it's a pretty long question, okay, and you might get lost. Okay, so the thing is, we will be reading part of the question first and work on it, and then we will read another part and then work on that. Okay, so let's start with first half. Roughly we'll be looking from here to here first. Okay, so in a company there are 50 workers and one manager. That means the company is quite okay type, not very small, not very big, and there is only one manager, and it's great that one person is managing 50 workers. Okay, now each worker contributed $25 towards a party. So first thing we got from this that they are going to have a party, right, in which each worker is contributing $25. Now the ratio of the amount contributed by one worker to the amount contributed by the manager is 5:11, right? So as we know, there is only one manager. So here when they say the manager, they are talking about only that manager. Okay, and but for the worker, there are 50 workers, but the ratio here given is for one worker to the manager. Okay, is for one worker to the manager. Okay, so let's start writing what we have here. Okay, so one worker, so the amount of money contributed by one worker to the amount of money contributed by manager is 5:11. That means if the worker has contributed 5 unit of money, one worker has contributed 5 unit of money, the manager has contributed how many units? It's 11 unit, right? So let's write this. So we can say from here that okay, one worker is 5 units, right? Then how about one manager? So one manager, or the only manager, okay, so one manager is 11 units. Okay, now what else we have? See, we know that each worker, right, contributed $25 towards a party. Okay, so the contribution by one worker is $25, and we also know that in terms of unit, one worker has contributed 5 units. So from here we can say that okay, 5 units should be equal to $25, right? So how much will be 1 unit? 1 unit will be 25 divided by 5, and that will give you 5, right? 5. Now from this we can find out what amount is contributed by the manager, right? Because we know that manager has contributed 11 units. So since we know how much is 1 unit, we can calculate 11 units. So let's find out how much will be 11 unit. So 11 unit will be 11 times 5. That will give you 55, right? That means the manager has contributed $55 towards a party. So we can write it here, money, right? So it's $55 money contributed, or just write write in short. We should save the space. So money by manager, okay, it's the money by manager. Okay, now we know how much the manager has contributed. It's $55, right? Now let's see the first part of the question. It's asking what was the total amount of money contributed. So obviously the total amount of money contributed is what is contributed by 50 workers, right? Whatever is the amount contributed by 50 workers, and plus what the amount contributed by the manager. So we already know how much is the amount contributed by the manager, and we know what is the amount contributed by one worker, right? So it's $25, right? So from here we can calculate what is the amount contributed by 50 workers, right? So one worker has contributed $25. So how much will be contributed by 50 workers, right? So it's easy. It's simply 50 times 25, right? 50 times 25, and that will give you $1,250. Okay, so it will give you $1,250. Okay, so what is the total amount of money that is contributed? Okay, so total amount of money will be the amount contributed by these 50 workers plus the amount contributed by the manager. So the total amount of money okay, will be how much? 1250, that is contributed by 50 workers plus additional $55 by the manager. So that will give you $1,305. Okay, so that's your answer for part A, right? Now let's move on to part B, right? And for part B, in order to solve part B, right, we have to read the other section of the question, which is, see, now we have found what was the total amount of money contributed for the party. Now the later section of the question is talking about how that money was spent. Okay, how that money was spent. So let's read it. So see, half of the total amount of contributed money was spent on food. 1/6 of the total amount of contributed money was spent on decoration, and after spending $43 on drinks and some money on prizes, $95 was left. Okay, there are too many things. There's food, there's decoration, there are drinks, there are prizes, and still we are left with $95. So there are many things. So let's start writing. Okay, so first thing first, money, half of the money was spent on food. So let's write it. So food is half of the money, half of the total amount of money. Now the next thing is decoration. Okay, so let's write it just as decor. Okay, because it's short. Okay, the how much is spent on decoration is 1/6. Okay, now how about we make the denominators same so that we can compare, like what amount of money is spent on food compared to the decoration. So see here it's 6, right? So let's make the denominator here as well 6. How can we do that? Multiply numerator and denominator by 3. So you will get 3/6, right? So from here, what do we get? We get that if this total amount of money, if it is divided into 6 equal parts, right, 3 part of it, right, half of it is spent on food, and 1/6 of it is spent on decor. Okay, is spent on decoration, right? So at least from here we can say that, okay, let's divide the total amount of money into 6 equal parts, right? Because we know if we divide into 6 equal parts, 3 is spent on food and 1 unit of it spent on decoration. So let's do that quickly. So let's say this is my 6 unit of money. Okay, so let's divide it equally in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will equally divide it into 6 parts. So let's label it quickly. This is 3 unit, 4 unit, 5 unit, and 6 unit. So out of 6, 3 is spent on food, right? So 1, 2, 3 is spent on food. So let's show it in our model. So this is spent on food, and then this 1 unit is spent on decoration, right? So this is spent on decoration. So let's call it, just label it as decor. Okay, then how about these 2 units? What do you think? How about these 2 units? So we don't know, right? Actually we know. I'm just putting a question mark because there are too many things. So basically from here we know that half of the money is spent on the food, 1/6 of the money is spent on decor, and then how about the rest? The rest is 2 units, right? These 2 units are spent on the drinks and on prices, and still we are left with some amount of money, right? You can see here, right? After spending, then after this they are saying after spending another, it's like after spending another $43 on drinks and some money on prices, there was $95 left. So actually we don't know how much is money is spent on the prices, and actually that's a question. We have to find how much money was spent on the prices. Okay, so from here at least we know that these two units are spent on what? They are spent on drinks. Okay, first thing, then it's spent on prices, and then some amount is left, still left, right? So how much was spent on on drinks? They spent $43. Prices we don't know. And how much was left? $95. Okay, $95. So from here, okay, so let's leave it here as of now. Let's focus on, in order to find right how much is spent on this, we know that it's 2 unit, but for that first we need to know how much is 1 unit, right? How much is 1 unit? So as we know, this total amount is how much? This is 1305. So this total amount actually is 1305. So from here we can say that 6 unit is equal to 1305, right? Because we have divided the whole amount of money into 6 equal parts, right? And the total amount of money is 1305, right? So from here we can say, okay, how much will be 1 unit? It will be 1305 divided by 6. So that will give you $217.50. Okay, so our 1 unit is $270.50, but we are interested, we want to know how much is 2 units, because we have to find the amount spent on prices. Basically first we have to calculate how much is spent on in total on drinks, prices, and what was left, right? So from here we can find how much will be 2 unit. So 2 units will be 2 times $217.50. So that will give you $435. Okay, $435. So basically this whole thing, okay, cost is in total $435. Okay, so if you want to understand it better, we can quickly draw a very simple model for this one, right? So let's say this is my $435, right? And out of this $43 is spent on the drinks, and then another $95 is left. Okay, so this is the left amount. This is spent on drink. So obviously this amount is what is this amount? This is the amount they spend on price, and this is what we have to find, right? So since we know that this total is 435, right? From this, if we just subtract this part, right? This 43, right? This 43 and 95, right? We will get how much they spent on the price, right? If you just subtract 43 and 95 from the total amount, we'll get how much was spent on the price. So the amount of money spent on the price is $435 minus 43 minus 95, right? So that will give you $297. Okay, so that will give you $297. So that's our part B, right? Because part B is how much money was spent on the prizes. So the prizes cost $297. So let's write our answer quickly. So part A is in total there was $1,305, and part B is the cost of the amount spent on the prizes is $297. So that's the solution of the problem. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep watching and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.